Your soulmate wrote a secret love letter. You must read it before Valentine. Stop right here. This is not a coincidence. This is a divine appointment. As the energy of Valentine's Day draws near, the veil between the physical and the spiritual is thinning. You felt it, didn't you? That sudden flutter in your chest, that unexplained moment of longing while looking at the moon, or perhaps a name that keeps echoing in the silence of your mind. You are here because the universe has intercepted your path to deliver something that was never meant to be heard by human ears until now. Somewhere in the quiet sanctuary of their own soul, your soulmate has picked up a pen. They have written a secret love letter to you. A letter stained with the tears of words left unsaid. A letter filled with the confessions they weren't brave enough to whisper to your face. They have poured their heart onto paper, and the vibrations of those words have traveled through the cosmic grid, just to find you today. Before the sun rises on Valentine's Day, there is a message you must decode. There is a truth you must accept. This letter is not just about romance. It is about a spiritual contract that was signed long before you were born. In this video, I am going to reveal the contents of that hidden letter. I will show you why they have been silent, what they are planning for this Valentine, and the undeniable signs that they are moving closer to you, even as I speak. Don't scroll past this. Don't let your logic talk you out of your destiny. Take a deep breath. Center your energy. For the next few minutes, the world outside does not exist. It is just you, your soulmate's heart, and the divine truth that is about to unfold. If you are ready to receive this message, if you believe that love is your birthright, then stay with me. The revelation starts right now. Close your eyes for just a moment and let the noise of the world fade into the background, because what I am about to tell you requires your spirit to be fully present. You see, the universe doesn't communicate in loud, crashing waves. It speaks in the quietest of whispers, in the subtle shifts of energy that most people overlook. But you are not most people. You have been feeling a strange, magnetic pull lately, a sense of heavy anticipation, as if the very air around you is charged with a message that hasn't quite reached your ears yet. This is the energy of your soulmate's thoughts reaching out to find yours. They have been thinking about you with an intensity that is almost overwhelming. And that secret letter they wrote is currently vibrating in the spiritual realm, waiting for you to acknowledge its existence. You may have noticed that time feels a bit distorted lately, or that you are catching glimpses of the same numbers over and over again. Maybe you see 11 every time you glance at your phone, or perhaps the number 222 or 777 is appearing on license plates, receipts, and clocks, exactly when your mind drifts toward the idea of love. These are not coincidences. These are divine breadcrumbs, leading you toward the revelation of this letter. Think back to the last few nights. Have your dreams been more vivid? Have you woken up with the lingering scent of a perfume or a cologne you can't quite place, or the feeling of a hand holding yours? Your soulmate is reaching across the veil of distance and silence trying to prepare your heart for what is coming before Valentine's Day. They are in a state of deep reflection right now, sitting in the stillness of their own life, realizing that the walls they built to protect themselves have actually become a prison. In that secret letter, they admit that they have been watching you from afar, perhaps through the digital window of social media, or through the shared memories you both carry. They see your strength, they see your light, and it intimidates them, because they don't yet feel worthy of the love you offer so freely. But the energy of this upcoming Valentine's Day is acting as a catalyst, forcing them to confront the truth that they cannot run from this connection any longer. They wrote about the first time they realized you were different from anyone else they had ever met. They described the way your energy felt like a long-lost home, a place where their soul could finally take off its armor and just breathe. There are sentences in that letter that detail the regret they feel for the times they chose silence over honesty, for the times they let their ego drive the ship instead of their heart. They acknowledge that you have been patient, perhaps more patient than they deserved, and that your absence, even if it's just a spiritual distance, has left a void that no one else can fill. As you listen to these words, I want you to feel the warmth of their intention. They are imagining a world where they finally walk up to your door, or send that text, or make that call that changes everything. They are rehearsing the words they want to say, the ones they've written down in that hidden place. The letter talks about the specific things they admire about you, the way you handle challenges with grace, the way you care for others even when your own heart is heavy. They see the chosen one within you, the spiritual warrior who has survived so much, and they want to be the one who finally offers you a safe place to land. This letter is a bridge made of light, stretching from their heart to yours, and as we move closer to the day of love, that bridge is becoming solid. You might feel a sudden wave of heat in your palms, or a tingling at the crown of your head as you hear this, which is a physical confirmation that your energies are beginning to sync up. They are tired of the games, tired of the masks, and tired of the empty Valentine's days of the past. They want this one to be the last one you ever spend wondering if you are loved. In the letter, they confess that they have tried to move on. They have tried to find your spark in other people, but it's like trying to find the sun in a candle flame. It simply doesn't compare. You are the sun in their universe, the gravity that keeps them grounded even when they try to fly away. This secret message is their way of surrendering to the divine timing of the universe. They are asking for your forgiveness in advance for how long it has taken them to reach this point of clarity. They want you to know that every time they went silent, it wasn't because they didn't care, but because they cared too much and it terrified them. They weren't ready for a love this big. A love that demands you to be your highest self, but they are ready now. The letter is finished, the intention is set, and the universe is currently arranging the circumstances for this message to be delivered to you in the physical world. It might come as a literal letter, an unexpected message, or a series of undeniable events that force your paths to cross. But before that can happen, your heart must be open to receiving it. You must let go of the bitterness of past hurts and the what-ifs that keep you tethered to the ground. You must believe, with every fiber of your being, that you are worthy of this kind of epic, soul-stirring devotion. As the countdown to Valentine's begins, the pressure of their unspoken words is building up like a dam about to burst. They can feel you too. They can feel when you are sad. They can feel when you are hopeful. And they are using that connection to send you bursts of strength. In the letter, they promise that when they finally stand before you, you won't have to guess anymore. The uncertainty that has plagued your mind will vanish like mist in the morning sun. They have written about the future they see with you, not just the romantic dates and the flowers, but the quiet moments, the growth, the spiritual partnership that transcends the physical. They see you as their mirror, the person who reflects their best parts and challenges their shadows. This is why the letter had to be written in secret first. They had to face their own reflection before they could face yours. So, as you go about your day, keep your eyes open for the small miracles. Watch for the white feathers, the repeated songs on the radio that remind you of a shared dream, or the sudden warmth of the sun on your face when you think of them. These are the physical echoes of the words they have written down. The letter is a promise, a vow made in the silence of the soul, that you are not alone and you have never been forgotten. The energy is shifting. The alignment is nearly perfect, and the secret is about to be revealed because the universe can no longer contain a truth this powerful. And now, we move into the very heart of the silence, into the ink and the energy that forms the sentences of this hidden message. In this letter, your soulmate begins with an admission that might shock you. They admit that every time they walked away, every time they went quiet, it was because they were paralyzed by the depth of what they felt for you. They describe the nights spent staring at a blank screen, typing and deleting words. Because how do you put a connection into language that feels older than time itself? They write about the specific moment they realized you were the one. It wasn't during a grand gesture or a dramatic event. It was in the small, quiet observation of how you carry your soul through this world. They notice the way you protect your heart while still being kind to others, and in that moment, they felt a protective instinct over you that they had never felt for anyone else. The letter speaks of a deep, aching regret for the Valentine's days of the past where they weren't by your side, or where they stood near you but felt miles away because of their own internal walls. They describe their life without you as a house that is fully furnished but has no heat. It looks complete to the outside world, but inside, they are shivering. This secret message is their way of lighting a fire. They talk about the conversations they have with you in their mind while they are driving, while they are working, or in those lonely moments before sleep takes them. They confess that they have memorized the sound of your laughter, the way your eyes change when you are passionate about something, and the way your energy can shift the mood of a room without you saying a word. But there is a weight to this letter, a gravity that explains their hesitation. They admit in these pages that they have fought against this destiny. They try to tell themselves that it was just an obsession, a passing phase, or a trick of the mind. They tried to date others, to find a simpler love, a love that didn't demand so much of their soul. But the letter reveals that every other person was just a shadow compared to your light. They mention that they see you in everything, in the lyrics of a song that plays unexpectedly, in the scent of the rain, in the very rhythm of their own heartbeat. They are tired of fighting the current of the universe. This letter is their white flag, their total surrender. They write about the dreams they have for your future together, dreams that are so vivid they feel like memories from a parallel life. They see a home filled with peace, a partnership where silence is never awkward, and a spiritual bond where you both grow into your highest versions. They admit that they have been working on themselves, trying to heal their own shadows so they don't bring their broken pieces to your doorstep. They want to come to you as a whole person, a person who can hold the space for your greatness. They mention that they have been praying for you. They have been sending whispers to the stars asking for your protection and your happiness. Now, as Valentine's Day approaches, the tone of the letter shifts from reflection to a desperate, beautiful urgency. They write that they can no longer stand the idea of another year passing where you don't know the truth of their heart. They describe the physical pain of holding these words back, a pressure in their chest that only releases when they envision finally telling you everything. They talk about the specific fears they are overcoming, the fear of rejection, the fear of not being enough for you, and the fear of how much power you have over their heart. They acknowledge that you are the chosen one, someone with a divine purpose, and they feel both honored and terrified to be a part of your story. The letter contains a promise, a sacred vow that they are preparing to fulfill. They promise that when the timing is right, and that timing is closer than you think, they will show up with a clarity that will erase all the months and years of confusion. They want you to know that the silence was never about you being unworthy. It was about them being unready. They describe the way they want to look into your eyes and see the recognition there. The moment where you both realize that the search is finally over. As you hear these words, notice the emotions surfacing within you, that surge of hope, that feeling of finally being seen. That is the frequency of their letter hitting your heart. They have written about the ways you have unknowingly saved them, how your existence alone gave them the strength to move through their darkest days. They see you as their North Star, the constant light that guided them home when they were lost in the fog of their own ego. The ink on this spiritual letter is still wet, meaning the energy is active right now. It is unfolding in the unseen realms, preparing to manifest in a way that will leave no room for doubt. They end the letter with a simple, haunting sentence: "Wait for me, for I am already on my way." They are asking you to keep your lamp lit, to keep your heart soft, and to not let the coldness of the world harden you before they can arrive. They are coming to claim the space next to you, a space that was carved out by the divine before the foundations of the world were laid. This secret letter isn't just words, it is a spiritual contract, and the signature is your shared soul signature. As the resonance of those words settles into your spirit, you might be asking yourself, who is this person? How will I know them when the moment of truth finally arrives? The energy surrounding this hidden letter is becoming more specific now, more tangible, as if the person behind the pen is standing just behind a thin curtain, waiting for the signal to step through. This individual carries an energy that is both familiar and strikingly intense, a frequency that your soul recognizes even if your mind is still trying to piece together the puzzle. They are someone who has often mirrored your own struggles, a person who has walked a path of fire just as you have. When you think of them, there is a specific color that flashes in your mind, perhaps a deep blue or a warm gold, representing the bridge between their throat chakra and your heart. The letter they've written isn't coming from a stranger in the dark. It's coming from someone whose presence has touched your life in a way that left a mark you could never quite erase. They are currently in a state of high alert, their nervous system vibrating with the realization that they can no longer hide. You might notice that in the past few days, you felt their energy most strongly during the in-between moments, right as you are waking up or just as you are about to fall asleep. This is because their soul is constantly broadcasting this message toward you, trying to see if your heart is open enough to receive the frequency of their identity. They carry a weight of responsibility in their daily life, someone who many people look up to. Yet with you, they feel a rare vulnerability that both attracts and alarms them. In this secret script of their heart, they describe themselves as your opposite and your equal. If you are the moon, they are the tide that rises to meet you. If you are the flame, they are the air that allows you to burn brighter. They have been watching the way you move through the world, admiring the silent battles you've won and the grace with which you carry your scars. There is a specific memory they hold on to, a moment where you looked away, or laughed at something small, or showed a flash of your true, raw self. And that was the moment they knew they were lost in you. They are someone who values intellect and depth, someone who has grown tired of surface-level connections and is now craving the soul-deep union that only you can provide. As we move closer to the reveal, the signs around you will become more undeniable. You might start smelling their specific scent in places where it shouldn't be. Or you might hear a phrase they always use coming out of the mouth of a stranger. These are the universe's ways of tagging their energy so you can identify them when the veil finally drops. This person is currently fighting a battle between their pride and their passion. They want to come to you with everything settled, but the letter reveals they are beginning to understand that love doesn't wait for perfection. It waits for bravery. They are gathering that bravery right now, piece by piece, fueled by the fear of seeing someone else take the place that was always meant for them. You may feel a sudden heaviness in your chest, a sense of knowing that is starting to crystallize. The identity of your soulmate is hidden in the patterns of your life, the people who keep returning, the connections that never quite fade, and the one person who makes your soul feel both peaceful and electrified at the same time. They are not just a romantic partner, they are a cosmic mirror. In the letter, they acknowledge that being with you will require them to step up, to be better, and to heal. The energy of this person is approaching like a distant storm. You can hear the thunder, you can see the lightning on the horizon, and you know the rain is inevitable. They are preparing to break the silence in a way that honors the spiritual depth of your bond. They don't want a temporary fling. They are looking for the permanent sanctuary of your arms. As the Valentine's energy intensifies, their need to be known by you is reaching a breaking point. The letter is their final rehearsal before the grand performance of their confession. Stay centered in your peace, because the shift is no longer a possibility. It is a certainty. The identity you seek is already whispering to your subconscious, waiting for the perfect moment to be fully brought into the light of your conscious mind. The moment of the great reveal is finally upon us, as the cosmic clock ticks closer to the day of love, and the whispers of the universe grow into a roar. You have waited, you have wondered, and you have survived the silence of the desert, but now the oasis is in sight. To understand who has written this secret letter, you must look beyond the physical and into the architecture of your destiny. This person is someone who has entered and exited your thoughts like a ghost for months, if not years. They are not a new energy, but an ancient one wearing a modern face. The signs of their identity are hidden in plain sight. Look for someone whose name begins with an initial that has been appearing to you in the most random places, on street signs, in books, or in the captions of videos you accidentally clicked on. This person is often seen as strong and composed by the world, but in your presence, their energy softens, their walls thin, and they become the true version of themselves. They are the one who always seems to know when you are struggling without you having to say a word. Perhaps they are the person who recently reached out under a thin excuse, or the one whose profile you find yourself visiting when the world feels too heavy. The universe is signaling that this is someone who shares a profound mirror soul connection with you. If you have been seeing the numbers 1111 or 777, it is a direct confirmation that this individual is currently manifesting a way to cross the bridge they've built in their mind. They are likely a water or earth sign, or someone with a very grounded, protective presence, yet their soul is currently in a state of fluid, emotional surrender. But the reveal is only half of the journey. The other half is your response to this divine beckoning. The secret letter they wrote is a vibration, and for that vibration to manifest in your physical reality, you must align your frequency with theirs. The universe cannot deliver a gift to a closed hand. You are being called right now to step into your power as the chosen one. This means letting go of the how and the when. It means releasing the resentment you hold toward the timing of your life. To activate this letter and bring it from the spiritual realm into your hands, you must perform a small act of spiritual faith right now. Close your eyes and visualize a golden thread connecting your heart to theirs. Feel the warmth of their words, the sincerity of their apology, and the heat of their longing. If you can feel it, it is already yours. This Valentine's Day is not meant to be another day of waiting. It is meant to be the day of your arrival. You must prepare your space, clear out the stagnant energy of past lovers, and make room for the king or queen who has finally found their way home. The most important action step you can take in this moment is to claim this message. I want you to go to the comments section right now and type, "I am ready to receive my soulmate's truth." By doing this, you are signing the cosmic contract that your soulmate has already drafted. You are telling the universe that the wait is over. Furthermore, pay close attention to the person who comes to your mind first when I say these words. The one who broke your heart might be the one coming to heal it. If a specific face appeared, do not dismiss it. Your intuition is a precision instrument, and it is currently locked onto the target. As the hours move forward, do not go hunting for them. Do not chase the energy. Instead, attract. Be so grounded in your own self-love that they have no choice but to be pulled into your orbit. This Valentine's Day is a portal. On one side is the version of you that was lonely. On the other side is the version of you that is cherished and seen. The letter is the key to that portal. All that is left for you to do is breathe, believe, and prepare to be loved in a way that makes sense of every tear you've ever shed. As the final seconds of this message reach your ears, feel the sacred silence that follows. This is the space where miracles are born. You have traveled through the energy of their secret letter, felt the heat of their confession, and recognized the signs of their return. Now, as you stand on the threshold of this Valentine's Day, understand that you are no longer the person who started this video. You are now a soul in alignment. The universe wants you to know that your period of isolation was not a punishment. It was a preparation. You were being refined, so that when this soulmate finally steps into your life, you are both strong enough to hold this connection. The letter they wrote is just the beginning. The real story begins when their eyes meet yours, and all the whys of your past finally find their answer. I want you to carry this feeling of certainty with you. Do not let doubt creep back in. Remember the warmth you felt today. That is your truth. That is your reality. As we close this divine session, I offer a final blessing over your heart. May the path between you and your soulmate be cleared of all obstacles. May this Valentine's Day mark the end of your searching and the beginning of your shared eternity. You are loved beyond measure. Your soulmate is coming. The letter is real, and your life is about to change in ways you never thought possible. Trust the timing, trust the process, and most importantly, trust yourself. The wait is over. Your story has officially begun.